You probably might have seen advertisements which claim that you'll get X hours of charge in X minutes of charging. But how do those really work? Qualcomm is a company that produces Snapdragon chipsets. You might be watching this video on a phone that is powered by Snapdragon as well. But apart from Snapdragon chipsets, Qualcomm also introduced a technology called Quick Charge. Now let us know about that. Before we jump into the video, I'll explain this video in 3 parts. 1. The what and the how. 2. The when. And 3. The why. First, let us know what quick charging actually is. To understand this, let us revise our physics chapters. Don't worry, I'll try to make it simple. Your phone has a battery which stores electrical charges. Power is the rate at which electrical charges are being transferred into the battery of your device. And you probably know that power equals voltage times current. Power is measured in watts, voltage is measured in volts, and current is measured in amps. What happens in quick charging is that the current or the voltage given to your phone is increased and it ultimately rises the power given to your phone. But it is not that easy. If you keep increasing the power, your phone might actually blow up. No, I didn't literally mean like the Note 7 blowing up, but overheating and overcharging issues. Just like Android versions, quick charging also gets updated to different versions. You have quick charging 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 Plus. The 4 Plus is the latest one and you should obviously know that the 4 is better and faster than the 3 and so on. I said these are like Android versions, but you can't really update them because they're hardware based. And for the same reason, you cannot add quick charging to a phone which doesn't support quick charging. Every quick charging version is available only for a specific set of Snapdragon chipsets. So if a manufacturer makes a phone based on Snapdragon 625, it is limited only up to Quick Charge 3.0. But to cut costs, some manufacturers just add an older version of Quick Charge which is much slower. I'm looking at you, Xiaomi. While this concept is also used in dash charging by OnePlus or turbo charging by Motorola, the concept is fundamentally the same. But I just feel that Qualcomm is a little ahead of the curve with quick charging. And also you should know this is just a simplified version of how it works. If you really want to know the in-depth principle behind it, I recommend you go check out the Android Authority link down in the description. Now that we've got a basic idea of how it works and what it is, let us find out when. Quick Charge 1.0 came to play back in 2013. This was the time that Samsung had released the Samsung Galaxy S3 and it was awesome. It was way better than your conventional charger and it could give you a maximum power of 10 watts. Quick Charge 2.0 and 3.0 came in 2015 and 2016 respectively and they could give you a maximum power of 18 watts. I believe that Quick Charge 2.0 was probably the most famous one. This is because it supported a massive number of chipsets and even the cheaper ones like the 200 and 400 series. Now in 2017 we have Quick Charge 4 and Quick Charge 4 Plus. This is only going to be available for Snapdragon 835 chipsets. Do you remember this brand called ZTE? They are these guys who produced this phone called ZTE Axon 7, which got famous over Reddit, and even MKBHD made a video about that. This brand is now launching a phone called the ZTE Nubia Z17, which is going to be the first smartphone with Quick Charge 4 Plus. Xiaomi did launch the Mi 6 with the Snapdragon 835, but I don't think that has quick charging 4 Plus. Finally, let us now come to why. So why do we need quick charging? Well, in spite of how big our smartphone batteries get, the tech along with it gets updated as well. Since the components and tech gets updated, they consume more power and the battery should be updated as well. But since these manufacturers care more about slim bezels and thin phones, they don't bother adding a huge battery. And we can't really complain about that since your average user is looking for a cool phone rather than one with a huge battery. One of the easy workarounds for this, however, is quick charging. Surfing through Reddit all night and all day and not having enough smartphone juice when you actually have to go out? Well, don't bother. Quick charging has you covered. Does your phone actually support quick charging? Can you live without this technology on your smartphones? Please let me know in the comment section down below and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.